Alrighty, so more Warframe. Now this is another quick I pick you choose between two of the biggest causes of Warframe deaths in the game. Of course the Ogris and the Penta can both clear a room of enemies extremely fast, but which of these is your go-to explosive badass weapon? Both of these share the same mastery rank of 6. You will need to be that level to use either of these. So first up is the Ogris, which is a straight up rocket launcher that has to be researched in the chem lab of your dojo. It deals 650 base blast damage, which can be increased with mods, and it has a 6 meter AoE radius that can also be increased with the likes of a Firestorm mod. Now it comes with 5 rounds in a magazine, it has a 10% status chance, and it has a 1.5 second charge time, which can be decreased with the likes of a speed trigger mod or any other fire rate mod, so you do need to charge this weapon to actually shoot it. It has got a reload time of 2 seconds, which isn't too bad considering it's actually rockets you're firing. So I guess the pros of the Ogris are, like I said, it deals extremely high AoE damage. It is very ammo efficient, so don't expect to need any kind of ammo mutation mod. You have little to no recoil when firing these rockets because you do need to charge between each shot, and you can take enemies out that are behind cover, whether they're behind little fences or walls, then the blast damage will wipe them out. The bad things about the Ogris is, I guess, its charge time can be that little bit annoying. You can blow yourself up if enemies are too close, the blast damage will wipe you out, or if teammates decide to troll you by standing in front of you, which a lot of my friends kept doing to me in several missions. That will also wipe you out very fast. The slow rocket speed means you will need to shoot in front of enemies when they're running toward the cryopod, and dead bodies can also block your shots, not to mention things like Zephyrs, Tornado and all that bodies flying around. Also other people's sentinels can also kill you. So many things with this weapon can just wipe you out. But even with these disadvantages, it is worth building and using. Find yourself a nice little perch up on high on a defense mission and you can just clean house with little to no effort. Now the other weapon is of course the Penta. This isn't a rocket launcher, it is a corpus grenade launcher that can also wipe out your frame in an absolute one shot. And like I said, you do need to be mastery rank 6 also to use this weapon. Now this thing deals primarily in blast damage as well of 350 base damage. That can be increased of course with serration mods and heavy caliber and anything else that will increase the blast damage. It's got a reload time of 2.5 seconds, which is slightly slower than the Ogris. It's also got a 10% status chance, and its AoE radius can also be increased with a Firestorm mod as well. Now it's got a unique fire mode. You can only have 5 grenades out at any given time, and to fire these of course you will just use your primary fire, and to detonate them you will use your right click of your mouse or your ADS, your zoom key on your controller. And so the Penta as well is also very ammo efficient. You won't need an ammo mutation mod with this one either. But the bad things I guess about the Penta are a lot like the Ogris. You can kill yourself really easily with it. Your grenades have the ability to bounce off enemies, squad mates, sentinels, walls, anything in your path, and basically blow up in your face if you're panicking when you're under stress from a shitload of enemies. If you join a laggy mission where on your screen it might appear that you actually fire your grenade a safe distance away, but in fact it hasn't, it's still in front of you, and you detonate it, then you're going to spend more time down than up, and you're probably better off switching to your secondary if that's the case, if it is a really laggy mission. So when using split chamber you can get up to 3 grenades out with each shot, but you can still only have 5 out at any given time, 6 if you're lucky with the multi-shot proc, but it basically means you're going to be firing all of your grenades nearly in one direction. So if you want to fire a few of them around for little traps, or if you want to fire more than one in different directions, then you're going to be reloading a lot if you do have multi-shot on. So it's entirely up to the user whether you stick it on or not. I don't have it on mine. I basically like having the one shot in different directions. It makes it easier to manage a cryopod. But to put it simply, these two weapons have the ability to help you and your squad go to the highest waves in defense missions. But running and gunning might not be an option. You may spend more time getting revived than actually killing things. Now my Penta in the footage has got 4 form on it, whereas the Ogre has none, so the Penta might look like it's hitting that little bit harder, which it is because of the former, but that's only because I put that little bit more effort into my Penta than I have my Ogres. But I know the Ogres can get to just as good because I have got friends with several former on theirs. So let me know which of these you prefer for blowing the absolute shite out of your enemies. Now my choice of course is my Penta, but that's just because I put that little bit more time into it. I also enjoy getting the little trick shots, bouncing off corners and walls to try and wipe out enemies. But like I said, leave a comment in the section below, let me know which of these two you would choose if you could only pick one. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, as it really helps me out. Hit that subscribe button for more Warframe content if you haven't already, and as always, thanks very much for watching.